some exciting times to be a young actress on
Hmm.
the upward slope of your career.
Oh,
When you
thank you.
found out, beginning with Ghost, with Power Book 2, what was the day like when you got that call that
Oh
you
my.
got that role? How did the day start? Did you, was it an
Mm.
email? How did they notify you that you had landed this opportunity?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was actually on the way to like a charity basketball game with Power 106, and I get this phone call, and it's my whole team. So usually if it's your whole team, you know it's either good news or bad news. So I was like, okay, so my heart is already racing, and they're like, we have good news. And I'm like, what? And then they said that I booked the role. And at first, like for me, I don't know. I guess I like to wait until like it's official, but they're like it's official, but it didn't really hit me until I got off of the phone and I just started crying. I never made it inside the basketball game. Like I
Oh,
was outside, the game went on for the whole four quarters. I'm outside crying, calling my mom. It was bad. Like I woke up the next day, my eyes were puffy. Like it was I was so excited because this is one of my favorite, well, Power was one of my favorite shows. So it's a
mhm.
big deal.
It sure is. See, those are those good tears, though, and you get to
Yeah,
walk
it was
down
good tears.
memory lane, and your auntie has to tell you, "I took you to drama class when you were 3 years
Hmm.
old."
Yep, exactly. That's my mom for sure.
So this is quite a splash. This isn't your first role, but this is the role you're currently in, and the cast is incredible cast of talented people, of legends
Really.
behind the screen, on the screen. It's quite wonderful company to be a part of. When you
Yeah.
step on, what is the energy like on a set like that? We know what the content
Oh
of the
wow.
show Power is and what we can expect to see as fans, but amongst yourselves, what is that energy like when you're all together?
The energy, it's like a real family. Like even though we're not filming right now, we're all talking. We still try to like FaceTime or whatever. Like it's a real warmth there. It's great chemistry, and I feel like, in my opinion, no bias. Um, it translates well on the screen.
Mhm.
Yeah, the chemistry is great. It's like family. I thought initially, like stepping into this role, like, oh my God, this is Courtney Kemp, this is 50 Cent. At the time, I didn't know Mary was going to be playing my mom. Like I didn't know any of that. But at first I was like, oh my gosh. Like at first it starts off as excitement and the happy tears, and then that anxiety, and then the work hits in and you're kicks in and you're like, oh my gosh, like this could be intimidating. But then you get there and everyone is so welcoming. It just makes it an easier work environment for sure. So I'm blessed.
It's a terrific show. I mean, hey, that's no, ham sandwich. You know what I'm
No.
saying? That's quite an opportunity to be a part of. With this story, for those of us who have traveled along the Power universe, we know the story of how it began and how we made it to this point now where we're in the post original Ghost era, and Tariq is finding himself as a man. Diane Tejeda is introduced to his life, who you
Hmm.
play in the Tejeda family. Tasha's behind bars, and there's a whole new evolution beginning. As a fan of the original show, how, from the outside looking in at Diane Tejeda, how do you like how the story arc is now going towards Tariq, and how the St. Patrick family is working with this Tejeda family? Or even St.
Well,
Patrick.
oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, should we even call it, well, he's still a St. Patrick, but it's him and Tasha.
Yeah. So I feel like, okay, so as we all know, the Tejada family, we're very ruthless, cutthroat. Our mom is no joke. But I do see like where we're going. Diana is definitely taking taking more control over like what she wants to do, although she is listening to her mom and she still makes her own decisions and they may not always be the best. But like I do feel that where we're going. Wait, I'm so sorry. I think I'm going off of your question. What was your
No,
question
no, no,
again?
no. You right where you
Oh,
going.
okay. Okay. I was like, wait, I feel like I'm going somewhere else. Um, No, but like where the Tejada family is taking this whole series, and I'm not taking away from the St. Patrick or Tariq at all, but like
Mm,
we are a strong staple in this series, and we're definitely you're gonna see some new players as you have been seeing, and some new things happening, like, the ruthlessness, the grit. It's pretty much still the same, but like, the Tejada family. I'm trying to figure out a way to answer the question without giving anything away. Oh my gosh.
maybe like
Um,
a little younger, a little hipper, a little different, not
yeah,
so
yeah.
uptight as the St. Patrick's, were more, like to
Thank you.
live in the penthouse. And, you know,
Yeah,
the Tejada family is not playing with you and will do it themselves.
exactly. And also too, I will say with the kids, we are already privy to that, like our families in the drug game. We know that. I feel like with Power, with Tariq and Reina, like they didn't exactly know. So I feel like it gives us, the Tejada kids, a lot more advantage and power because we know what we're already into.
Mhm.
So you have that element. You have the young element. You have the school. So you get to see Tariq figure out, how he wants to sell drugs in the school, how it's going to work because he wants to get his mom out of jail. You have him working with the Tejada family. Like it's a lot of like intertwined layers and stuff that I think is very, very interesting for this chapter of, the St. Patrick's and the Tejadas.
Mhm. Diane is particularly interesting because she's very smart, clearly. Very, very
Yeah.
gifted in understanding the ways of how the family works and what needs to be done, but she's not ruthless. Like
Hmm.
mom, Mary J. Blige, the Queen Mother, is playing no games, but there's still kind
Mm-mm.
of that a little bit of heart, but not, I don't even know if it's naivety. How would you describe your character?
I would describe her, she's definitely very, very ambitious in her thought process and she's intelligent, but she also has a bit more vulnerability that I think she brings. And with that, even though she's vulnerable, she still, like I said, she's still a Tejada, so she still has that edge and that don't take no ish type of stuff in her blood because her mom is trying to instill that in her. She is supposed to be the princess. She is supposed to take over the Tejada family business at some point, but it's like because she has that vulnerability, it can kind or that naivete to
Hmm.
her. I feel like it can kind of get in the way,
Hmm.
but with her mom and her brothers steadily like being on her and making sure that, this is the model that we need to go by. This is the protocol. This is the rules. Since she is so smart and intelligent, I feel like she can adapt to any situation. You can drop her into the school environment and she'll excel. You can keep her in the drug environment and she'll excel because she knows how to adapt. She's very, very intelligent. So
Hmm.
that's how I would describe her.
Looking at
She's a
how you
chameleon.
interact with Mary J. Blige and how you interact with Michael Rainey, your character is always performing kind of like at a high emotional level because she's trying to figure out what's happening with her and Tariq, and then she's got a mother who's so stern. There's no
Hmm.
easy breezy, beautiful, you know,
No.
time or periods for her. It's always on 10 every single scene. Will we see more spectrum, or will it be that high intensity level with her and Tariq, with her and her mother, with her even talking to her father, her siblings who are doing their
Yeah.
thing? She's always at the center of
I would say that she's always being challenged
it. Mhm.
no matter which scenario she's in. So I feel like right now it's mostly intense every single time because it's like she wants to please her mom. She wants to do right by her mom. So when her mom sends her out to do a task or I need you to do this right, it's always such a big deal for her because she wants to prove to her mom that, look, I'm smart. I can do this. I can handle it. Just give me that responsibility. Trust me enough to do it.
Mhm.
So like when she goes to meet up with Tariq or even if it's with her mom, it's always trying to impress her. So she's always here because I need to do it right. And then with Tariq, she likes Tariq. And she's this young girl and she's just like I wouldn't say in love, but infatuated. She really likes Tariq, so it's like she wants to impress him too. So all those challenges and just trying to make sure she is the best she can be in every scenario, I feel like it would always keep it heightened. But throughout the season, no, I think it'll still be heightened. I thought about some scenes and I'm like, no, it'll still be heightened. It'll still be heightened. But you will see a little bit more of Diana taking control, um, a little bit more edge. Yeah, she's gonna completely evolve for sure.
That's going to be cool. And
Yes,
lastly, a question about Latoya, the young lady. What do you
yes.
like to do? What have you been doing during this pandemic?
Oh,
Have you picked up baking or gardening? Are you riding your bike everywhere? What type of things do you enjoy? And have you picked up any new habits during the pandemic?
my new habit, well, two. I've been cooking and like, well, I love to cook, period. But I started making other things other than my favorite. I call myself a taco. My friends call me a taco because all I cook, I just cook tacos, tacos and salmon. So I
Mhm.
finally decided, like, let me try some different stuff. So I'll like look on Instagram, like the Food Network, and I'm like, oh, I'll try that. So some stuff has come out really good. And
Mhm.
then, of course, some stuff just looks good, like if I take a picture. So I've been cooking and baking. And I've been like way more consistent with like working out, trying to gain and tone. And I really like that because I'm starting to see like results in my arms. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do it a little bit more now. So those are my two that I've gotten way more consistent with and having fun with.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I
Thank
enjoy you on the
you.
show. You're such a cool character.
Thank you.
I like the like a rush of fresh air, just to, take it to that next level to keep us invested in the power universe. So I enjoy your work
Yay.
and thank you so much for your
Thank you. I
time.
appreciate that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Have a
Take care and I'll see you
you too.
soon. Just next week. You guys will be back.
Yes, December 6th. Whew, I'm excited.
Me too. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.